What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping back into the dawn of DC with Shazam, issue number 4. Now, when it comes to Billy, he has been struggling with his powers. He has been acting out of character. Anytime he turns into the champion known as the Captain, the newest nickname that they have named Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, he finds himself acting irrationally. Not understanding what is fully going on, Billy is trying his best not to be the Captain. He doesn't say those words, not until he figures out what's going on. But when the gorillas had sent him on a mission, this is what took him to the moon. Believing that there was some kind of secret missile on the moon aimed right at Gorilla City, he did what he could to go and save them. But when he got to the moon, what he did not expect was the Emperor of the Moon, the one known as Garguax. But there is much more here than just the Emperor of the Moon. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we pick up with the Emperor of the Moon. They have the Captain currently pinned up, and the Emperor wants to know, why is he here? Why have you come here to try and fight me? And the Captain tries to explain himself. He talks about the gorillas, about them selling their technology to the Emperor. This is all true, but Ted had told him that they are building an atomic missile on the moon, one that is meant to destroy all of the apes that are on that island, or even possibly Earth. They weren't very clear about this. Now, the Emperor says that this is all lies, but before he gets too irate, he does ask, who told you this? What was the name of the person that said this? The Captain says that it was Ted, and the Emperor says, of course. Of course it was Ted. Going on to say, let me guess, he convinced you to invade the moon in order to confiscate this quote-unquote missile. With the Captain coming to this realization that he was lied to. The hold that Atlas has over the Captain, it is dissipating. They thought the gorillas were being honest. They have now learned that is not the case. This is where Zeus goes on a little tangent. He tells them that every single one of them have failed. All of them have tried to put some influence over the Captain, and in every single instance, they mess up. But Zeus knows the consequences if the gods are forgotten about. They have already seen the fate of the others. They don't want to risk this. And so with Atlas releasing his grasp, it is now time for Zeus to take over. This is where the Emperor of the Moon, he brings the Captain before his queen, before Queen Bee. And this is where Zeus tries to use his charm. Meanwhile, down in Gorilla City, Ted and the others recognize that the Captain must have failed. He is yet to return with what they seek, and so they initiate Plan B. We see the gorillas, they're all suiting up, putting on the spacesuits, grabbing their guns, and getting ready for war. As they launch up, this is where we pick up with Zeus. Zeus is trying to be slick, he's trying to be sly, when the Queen Bee asks what his name is. And the smoothest way possible, he says, the Captain, baby. Really, Zeus is trying to sweet talk her. He's trying to flirt. But Zeus has been out of practice for a little while. Knowing that Solomon is really good with words, he wants Solomon to come and try and sweet talk her. But even Solomon is saying that this is all wrong, that this all has to stop. With the Captain going on with the words of Zeus coming out of his mouth, saying that he is the world's mightiest mortal. He's gorgeous. Even his muscles have muscles. And Queen Bee introduces herself as Queen of the Cosmos. And what they have been trying to do is create a warp engine. Queen Bee wants to go out into the cosmos. As the Captain continues to sweet talk her, we see things are heating up. Things are getting spicy. As the Captain gets ready to go in for a kiss, Billy is just watching. He has no real control over his actions. Freaking out that this lady is going to be his first ever kiss, he does what he can and he yells Shazam. As the lightning comes down, Queen Bee shot back, Billy, he makes a run for it. And when the Emperor of the Moon goes to squash Billy, this is where there is a huge explosion, and we have the arrival of the Gorilla Militia. They have come for the warp drive. Now, Billy thought this might have been other heroes coming to save him, but now he's recognizing that this is just Ted and crew, and they are definitely not here to help him. Meanwhile, back at the Shazam home, We are picking up with Freddy waking up, and Solomon is calling out to him. They have taken the influence off of Freddy. They are telling Freddy that you must go help Billy. Right now, more than ever, he needs your help. You must save him from the gods themselves. The only problem, the Shazam family has no idea how they're gonna do this when none of them have powers. As we jump back over to the moon, the battle ensuing. This is where Queen Bee uses some very unique powers. Using hormonal powers, she commands everybody to stop. Her soldiers, the gorillas, they all stand at attention forever. As she goes looking for Billy, they find that one of the gorillas is in a suit but looks very short, looking almost as if this is a chimp inside of a suit. Taking off the helmet, Queen Bee finds him, and before he can shout Shazam, she hits him with a blast. This sends him through a wall, and he is unable to say those words. He is finding it very difficult to breathe. And as Billy floats into what we can only assume is space, is this the end of the captain? Is this the end of Billy Batson? Now, that will be the end of this issue. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun issue. I do like the idea that they're going with the captain. I wasn't really sure about it at first, but it's kind of grown on me. You know, we're not going to go with Captain Marvel. We're not going to go with Shazam. So we found some middle ground. I think the captain is a good way to go about this. And I also think that they have done such a phenomenal job of highlighting the arrogance and the ego of the Greek mythology, of the Greek gods. Not many people know this, at least on this channel, but I have studied religion for years. Whether it be Islam, whether it be Christianity, whether it be the Greek gods. I have always found myself drawn and fascinated to the gods of old. And I love the Greek gods because they are so very unique. Unique in their aspects of how human they are. Every god is an example of some kind of human emotion, of human nature. Whether it be jealousy, whether it be war, envy, greed, hate, love. There is a god that represents every single aspect of the spectrum. And in this case, they have done such a phenomenal job of highlighting each of the gods and their arrogance, their personalities, all of their flaws and their faults. For example, inside this comic, we see Zeus immediately goes to flirting. In some regards, Zeus is seen as the magnificent, the wonderful, the brilliant individual that is leader of all the gods. But if you read deep down into who Zeus is, he is not necessarily a womanizer, but he definitely got around. He loved pleasures of the flesh, and that is highlighted so very well here. Or, for example, Atlas. Atlas is a gullible individual. He believed that the gorillas were telling the truth, that they were being honest. In reality, we know this not to be true. He was played for a fool. Every single one of our gods, they thought that they had the upper hand, but their weaknesses or their human aspects had been used against them in the most wonderful way of writing. But also, this story has been just so crazy. From T-Rexes that wear top hats to gorillas that are out here trying to wage war with the Emperor of the Moon. It has been all over the place, and it is just about to get even more. Because Freddy and all of them, they're gonna go save Billy, but they don't have any powers. What they do have right there in their living room is a T-Rex with the intellect to be able to understand what's going on. They got a spaceship, they can go out there and save Billy. So it's a likely possibility that we are gonna have T-Rexes versus gorillas versus the Queen Bee. All of this stuff going on. And man, am I freaking here for it. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this story, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with the Dawn of DC and Shazam. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.